this is Michelle. We're gonna get started in just about 1 minute. I have some cute projects to show you. Make sure that you comment during the live demonstration because I have a prize to give away, the stamp set and some rhinestones. So be sure to comment throughout if you see something you like or if I make a fool of myself.
Stephanie joined. Kara, Michelle.
I'm just making sure to see if it's going on my page. Just a second, I'm sorry. Here we go. All right. So we got it going. Are you ready? All right. So I'm stepping totally out of my comfort zone to do this Facebook Live because I'm excited about my 8-year anniversary with Stampin' Up tomorrow. And I never would have dreamt that 8 years ago I would still be stamping, and my hobby is turned into a full-time job, which I absolutely love. So I have 3 cute Easter projects that I am going to show you. So let's get started. The first one is going to be this little, can you see this? This little Easter basket. And it is using the basket bunch bundle that is on page 18 of the Occasions catalog. So I'm going to show you it really quick. So this is the page it's on, and I'm focusing on this stamp set and the framelits up here. So that's what I'm going to be using to make the 3 projects. So I'm going to start out with the basket. And so how I decided to make this is back before Christmas, I did a craft fair. And so I bought these little chapsticks at the dollar store, and I was going to do something with them. And I procrastinated and waited till the last minute like usual, and so now I'm stuck with them. So I measured the base of this basket to come up with a little tiny box that will hold this. And just so you know, I got these at the dollar store. They're made in the USA, but they were only $1, and they have different strawberry and different flavors. So yeah, that's where those came from. So to make this, it's actually very, very simple. You're going to need your paper trimmer and some crumb cake cardstock cut at 3.5 by 3.5. And then all you're gonna do is score on each side at 1 1/8. If I can find the 8th mark. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Michelle. Okay, so there's the first one, and I'm gonna flip it and go to 1 1/8 and I'm gonna do it the 3rd time. And then on the last side. So now we're done with the paper trimmer. So you're gonna have basically 9 little squared score marks. So you're just gonna fold those, and then you're gonna take your paper snips and you're going to cut up to the score line and kind of notch out like that. We're gonna do this side, and then we're gonna flip and do the opposite side, the same exact thing. This just helps the box go together easier to fold it. Okay. And then I'm just going, this middle flap, I'm just gonna cut a little bit off, just on the middle. So it looks like this. So this is exactly what you want. Now you're going to put adhesive, and I would use the tear and tape or the fast fuse, and you're going to put it on these little outside flaps, and then you're just going to create your box. So it's going to stick like this. And then you're gonna put adhesive here on these two flaps to go on the inside. Again, you wanna use a strong adhesive so it won't fall apart. I am obsessed with the Fast Fuse. What's your favorite adhesive? Anybody have a favorite adhesive? So then you're gonna have your little box like this. Now to make the basket, I'm gonna use a framelit, and these were my old cutting plates that I use with a Big Shot. You can see that they are very well loved. So I got some brand new ones, which is very exciting. So they're crystal clear. See, you can see these are the old ones, the new ones, you can see through them. So I'm gonna, if you don't know what a Big Shot is, it is a die cutting machine, and it will also emboss. So I already have it set up. I have my 3 framelits on here. I already cut out one set because you'll need a side for the front and the back. And then you just have the plate down, and you're gonna put one right on the top. And then you make a sandwich, and you're just gonna roll it through. And then these just pop right off, and you have your little pieces that you need. So there's that one, the handle, and this. And all these little tiny pieces will come off. So anyway, and then you can see it does make little indents in your cutting mat, and that's okay because eventually they'll look like those old ones. That just means you love it and you use it. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. So then I went ahead and I did the other ones. I can pick them up, goodness. And then I'm just gonna take some crumb cake ink and my sponge, and I'm just going to go over this piece to make it stand out in my handle. I'm just gonna like go around the edge just like that. And then you're gonna wanna do the other piece. Whoa, it's flipping on me. Okay, so then when you have that done, you're just going to put some adhesive. You can use the fine point glue pen also. And then you're just, because otherwise it'll do that. And you're just gonna stick this right on top. You're gonna attach it like this. And then you will use your good glue. And then this is gonna fit. I just lined it right up to the bottom, and it will stick on just like that. Now to attach my handle, I'm going to use a mini glue dot on each side. Just gonna stick one on there and do the other side. Oops. And then it will, I can get it, attach on the little part that overhangs like this. And then you'll just do the same for the back. But that's how you make that. And then to do the grass really quick, I just took a piece of Pear Pizzazz cardstock and our fringe scissors, which are super fun this time of the year. And you're just going to cut up like this. You can do as much or as little as you want. And then since I didn't cut all the way, you're just going to cut these little pieces off. And literally I crumbled them up. And that's how you make the little grass to kind of go in there like that. And this is a really small box, but again, it should hold a few Hershey Kisses, or it will definitely hold a little chapstick like that. To do the flower, I stamped it from the stamp set in the Memento black ink, and then I colored it in with my watercolor pencils. So I just went ahead and I stamped it, and I already, I cut it out in the Big Shot already. And then our watercolor pencils I really like them. So you're just gonna just color it in. And then I went over it with a blender pen to kind of smooth it out some. And you can go as dark or as light as you'd like with the pencils to get the color that you're looking for. And then make sure my blender pen's clean, and I just went over it and smoothed it out some. And then I took the Wink Estella, which is one of my absolute favorite things, and stay tuned because I have something else to share with you about this later. But I went over top of it just to give it a little shimmer. And then for the center, I used some of these, what are they called? They're not candy dots, they're the shapes. So you just take, these are sticky on the back, and I just took one off, and I'm just gonna add it to the center there. And then I popped it up with a Stampin' Dimensional. These, they just stick on and you peel the back off. I find those all over my house. And then I just stuck it on there like that. So that's how I just decorated it a little bit. So that's the first project. And next I have 2 note cards to show you. So we're done with those. Our note cards are awesome. This is the card I'm going to show you. They come in a package of 20 with 20 envelopes. And they come already the right size, and they're already scored, so you just have to fold it and it's good to go. So to make this card, I'm using the Tasty Treats Designer Series paper. And I already have this pre-cut. It's just 4.5 by 3 inches. And I'm gonna take the ribbon that's in the Valentine suite, and I'm just going to wrap this around. Even though it's not Valentine's Day, you can use the white ribbon. So I'm just gonna tie that and trim it. And make sure you sign up for my newsletter if you haven't yet. The link is on the page. Okay, so this is gonna go here, but I'm gonna stamp it. So I'm just using the black ink, and I already have my photopolymer stamp on there, except for this is a different one. This says "You Made My Day." That's we're gonna use for the next one. So this one says "You're Extra Special." So let me get that stamp, and it just sticks right on here. Okay, I'm gonna stamp it up, and I have my I have a foam mat underneath here. I'm just going to stamp this. The trick to stamping is not to rock it or wiggle it, otherwise you could mess it up. So just stamp it straight down and up. Okay, so now this is ready to get adhered to your card. Now, when you attach a piece like this to a card, I try to teach people only to put about 1 inch and make an L in the corners. You don't need to go down the whole thing unless you're my customer and you want to buy adhesive from me, and then go ahead, use all you want. But really all you need is like 1 inch in each corner, and it will stick just fine. Some people just love adhesive and they go adhesive crazy. I like to be resourceful with it. Okay, so that's ready. And then I pre-punched a 2-inch circle out of the Whisper White, and I have a scallop circle out of Pool Party that I ran through the Big Shot with some layering oval framelits. So now I just need my little Easter bunny. I'm gonna take off this stamp. I'm gonna put my little Easter bunny on. I'm gonna ink him up in the black again, and I'm gonna stamp him straight down. And then I'm gonna grab the little tiny basket, and hopefully I can line this up live. So sorry if my head gets in there. So he's kind of holding his basket. Oh, pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the watercolor pencils again, and I'm just gonna take the brown and lightly color in the basket. I'm gonna take the yellow for his bow. And we don't have a light pink, we have a bright pink, but I'm just gonna lightly color in the ears and his nose. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my blender pen, and you can reuse these blender pens. You just kind of scribble, and then you can move on to the next color. And so you can just keep reusing them for a really, really long time. And then I'm just gonna blend in his ears. Okay, and then to make this super fun, I'm using my Wink of Stella again. And I'm just gonna, ooh, it has yellow on him a little bit. Make sure it's clean. And then I'm just gonna kind of color him in a little bit to give him a little shimmer, to make, just for something fun. You don't have to do this, but again, I love the Wink of Stella. It comes in gold also, which is very pretty, but the clear is definitely my favorite. So he's done. So I'm just going to glue him to the scallop. Where did my adhesive go? And it just will layer on here. And then I'm gonna grab my dimensionals that fall on the floor, and I'm gonna grab 2 of these and just peel off the backs. And then he goes over here just like, oh, I should have moved this over a little bit. But he's just gonna go in the center like, so he's a little off center. So there's that card. Again, quick and simple, but super cute little Easter card. And then I have one more card to show you. So again, this is gonna be the card. It is this flower we're gonna use. Again, I'm just gonna grab my, my note card and fold it. And this card, I am also using the Tasty Treats Specialty Designer Series paper. Isn't it super fun on the back? We're gonna be using this at my one-day retreat. So I'm gonna use the pear pizzazz. So I'm just going to layer this down to the card. Then I went ahead and I cut out this square with the stitch shape framelits out of the Big Shot again already. So I have that ready to go, and then I'm gonna use a piece of the new doily. On one side it's white, and on the other side it's vanilla. So they're super neat. So I'm just gonna cut more of that off because I don't need that much. And I'm going to stamp the stem and the leaves. So this one I'm gonna do a little different. I'm gonna stamp it in, this one I stamped in the old olive, and this one I'm gonna do in the black, like I did the sample. So we'll see what it looks like. So there's that. Does anybody have the stamp set already or on your wish list? All right, so we got those. And then the flower, I need a piece of white. I didn't bring a white scrap, so I'm gonna make a scrap. So I'm just gonna stamp the flower here. And then I may as well go ahead. I just have a little strip, a 1/2-inch strip that I'm going to stamp my words on. But I don't know where I put. I have stamps everywhere. Here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp my words on this little strip to make the banner. Just like that. All right, all the stamping is done now, so I can move that out of the way. So I'm going to color the leaves in with a blender pen and the old olive, and you just squish your ink pad, and then when you open up, you have ink there to like a palette. I'm gonna grab this blender pen and scribble it to make sure it's clean, and then you just pick up this color and you're just gonna color it in. Super easy. You could also use the watercolor pencils. Actually, I think that's how I colored it in on the other, but this is, there's so many different, you could use an aqua painter. Just gonna color this in. I'm trying to do it very quickly. So it's gonna look just like that. And you can go back and try to shade it in better and give it a little bit of highlight. Anyway, so there's that. And then the flower, I'm going to use my watercolor pencil, and I'm just going to come in here and color this in again, same way I did the other flower. Watercolor pencils are not on back order anymore. They were for a little while. Everyone is into the whole adult coloring rage. So we're just gonna color this in, and you can go in and add a little bit of orange or other colors to give it some contrast. So I'm just gonna blend it in a little bit. And then I'm also taking my favorite Wink of Stella and just giving it a little bit of shimmer. And then for this one, you're going to have to hand cut it out. There's not a framelit, so I'm just going to fussy cut this out. Cut this off. And then this will get popped up with one of those dimensionals on the stem. I am doing a terrible job at cutting this out. We're almost done with this card, this little note card. All right, so I just leave a little white edge like most of the framelits do. And then I'm gonna take one of these pop dots, and you're just going to remove the back and add it here like that. So now to add the doily, I am going to add a little bit of adhesive here and just stick this on the back. Super simple. And then I'm going to add a little bit more and stick it right on here on my card. Now for the banner, we do have a banner punch, but for little banners, I just you make a little slit in the center like that, and then you go from each edge to the middle. And this is how you can make a perfect little banner like that. And then sometimes I kind of bend it, and then I'm going to just attach this onto my card. So you guys made my day, surviving my first Facebook Live video. Maybe the only one, I don't know, we'll see. So that's how you make that card. Again, super sweet and simple, and hopefully would make somebody's day if they receive this in the mail. So those are my projects I had for you. If you would like to get all the supplies to make these projects, you will get to make two bunny cards, 2 flower cards, and a basket. You can actually get all these supplies. I will ship them to you for free if you would like to purchase, to make a $30 order online. And if you want to do that online, I have an online store, michellelitwiller.stampinup.net, and I have a hostess code. I'm going to show you that in a second. And if you decide that you would like to do that, I would recommend getting a stamp set, because I can't send stamped images. You just get all the pieces and the ribbon and all that. But you can order the stamp set, this cute little bunny stamp set. It's $21, and you can get a set of 3 of these blender pens. Those are 10. That would total $31 before tax and shipping, and then I would send you all of these to make. Now, for my 8th anniversary, if you decide that you would like to place a $50 order, you can get the stamp set and the framelits, which is the bundle that I just used. Again, so you would get the stamps and the framelits. It comes to $46.75, and then you could add on a package of those doilies that I use that are $4.50, and your total would come to $51.25 before tax and shipping. And then if you do that, I am going to include one of these Wink of Stellas with your supplies. This is the $8 value, and again, it's one of my favorite Stampin' Up tools to embellish, and I just love it. And so Any $50 order, I'm going to include that. And because it's Celebration, you can also pick out any item out of this catalog too. So that's kind of fun. So if you would like to do that to help me celebrate my 8th anniversary, you can, here's my online store. Once you go here, you'll click, there's a shop button. You can add those items. I'll link the items that I talked about, the codes in the comments. And then if you use it, you have to use this hostess code at the checkout. So that's how I know who I can send all these materials to. So the hostess code is here. That's the website. Make sure you sign up for my newsletter if you would like to see more of these, because from now on I will be doing them on my group page, which is Owl Star Stampers on Facebook. So you can find me on there and I will add you if you'd like to be added. And that's where I might do another one of these. Are there any questions? Are there any questions about anything before I go? Remember, I'm going to give away the prize. I have an awesome prize, so be sure to comment and I will pull a random winner at like random, I think Rhonda Wade uses random.org or something like that. So I'll use that and to pick a winner to send you my prize. So if there's no questions, thank you for joining me.